Pathways to Success, Ready to Work series, Customer Service. What is customer service? Customer service is meeting customer requirements by providing high-quality professional assistance and service delivery before, during, and after the customer's needs are met. Taking care of customer needs leads to customer satisfaction, and satisfied customers become loyal. Customer loyalty can't be bought. It is earned by satisfying needs through customer service. Let's take a look at the video. Keep in mind all of the things that are wrong with the customer service provided. Keep note of the ways in which the wrong things can be addressed with good customer service.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Could you help me find some fresher juice?
Oh, everything's fresh here. You're holding fresh.
Sorry, the expiration date was yesterday. I'm not holding fresh.
Yes, I'm trying to get my utilities transferred, but there's a mistake on my bill. Can you help me?
Yeah, sure. What seems to be the problem?
Well, I already paid my deposit, but the charge keeps showing up on my bill. I'm thinking you can maybe look under my old address.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that screen. Hold on.
Do you have any with a new expiration date?
It is a date? I didn't think that stuff ever went bad.
Yes, right here.
Oh, right. Well, I don't know if we have any more. Maybe check the lemonade.
Lemonade? Thanks for your help.
Have a nice day.
108 Center Street.
Wait. What was that address again?
108 Center Street.
Maybe? Yeah, I can't seem to find that screen. Hold on.
Since we've discussed the definition of customer service, think about what you personally think of as good customer service. Many components make up good customer service. For some, it's the ability to call the customer by their first name. For others, it's being able to anticipate their needs. In actuality, there are 7 components that are necessary for providing good customer service. Those 7 components are active listening, knowing your products and services, emotional literacy and empathy, finding common ground, using positive language and phone etiquette, and going the extra mile. During the rest of the presentation, we will go over each of these characteristics, but as we do, I want you to think about how these characteristics apply to you. If there was one characteristic that you would need to improve upon, which would it be? Active listening is focusing completely on what the customer is saying. It means being able to understand the speaker and provide a response that is thoughtful and thorough. Active listening also means that when the customer is speaking to you, whether on the phone or in person, you are taking the time to focus and completely understand the message and information so you can provide a resolution to their problem. Active listening is also important because it helps build trust and connections. Have you ever heard the statement, "I know you were listening, but did you hear me?" Think about this in reference to active listening. If you answered yes, then I'm sure you wondered if your message was getting across or if it was even worthwhile to continue to speak. Often, when the customer is unsure if there's active listening, it can feel like speaking to a brick wall, and that is something that the customer wants to avoid at all costs. To understand the importance of this, ask yourself if you've ever been engaged in a conversation when you wondered if the other person was listening to what you were saying. In every customer service situation, there are nonverbal and verbal ways in which you can listen to a customer. Studies have shown that your nonverbal communication conveys more than half of the message you're trying to share. Customer satisfaction relies on your ability to use effective nonverbal cues. This is especially true for customers who are from other countries. Many cultures have different meanings for very similar gestures, and used incorrectly can lead to an unhappy guest. Are you aware of your own body language and how it's being received? What kind of impression are you making when you aren't saying anything? Nonverbal cues are a way of active listening. Nonverbal cues can be communicated by head nodding, an affirming smile, keeping attention on the speaker, and maintaining eye contact even if there are nearby distractions. While nodding and saying "uh-huh" shows that you're interested, an occasional question or comment to recap what has been said communicates that you are listening and understand the message. This allows the customer to know that you are listening to what they are saying and are engaged. While this occurs through nonverbal action, it really takes place during verbal exchanges. Verbal actions allow you to respond to what the customer is saying and show that you are interested in helping them to solve their problem. Verbal active listening can occur in many ways as outlined on the slide, but one great way is to paraphrase what the speaker said. When the customers finish making their statement, repeat it back to them in your own words. This shows that you are paying attention and gives them the opportunity to make corrections. If you need further clarification, ask open-ended questions or specific probing questions. Open-ended questions draw out more information about the general topic, while probing questions make the speaker provide more specific details. When using these techniques, be sure you don't interrupt the speaker. Active listening is a helpful skill for any worker to develop. It helps you to truly understand what people are saying in conversations and meetings, and not just what you want to hear or think you hear. True or false? If you don't know how great your product is, you cannot convince a customer that it's great. That's true. No matter how great the product or service is that you represent, no one will want to buy it if they can't tell how they need it. And no matter how nice you are, if you do not clearly understand what you're representing or selling and how it meets the customer's needs, you will not be able to get the customer to purchase. Knowing and understanding your products and services allows you to be able to persuade potential and existing customers that buying from you is in their best interest. What you know about your products and services can make a difference to the customer when you can highlight special features or troubleshooting techniques and help them use it better. Empathy is the key to providing emotionally intelligent customer service. Sometimes empathy is all the customer needs. Note that showing empathy is a lot different than being sympathetic. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand the emotions of people around you as well as your own. It means having the ability to understand what the customer needs or is trying to say, even when they don't. Combining emotional intelligence and empathy equals a statement like, "I completely understand that you're angry. I see this means a lot to you. This situation would frustrate me too." A statement like this is sure to win over even the hardest to please customers. In essence, you have put yourself in the other person's shoes and are able to understand the emotions, frustration, anxiety, or confusion that the customer is experiencing. Think about this example. A customer calls the support team at Best Buy and is upset that their laptop stopped working abruptly. There are two ways that the customer service rep can respond, with sympathy or with empathy. The sympathetic response would be something along the lines of, "I'm sorry your laptop has stopped working." This statement may only add more angst to what the customer is already feeling. The empathetic response would be along the lines of, "I'm sorry that this is happening to you. I know how frustrating it can be to have to deal with this, especially when you thought that you'd be able to do other things today. But no worries, I'm here to help resolve your issue as quickly as possible so that you can get on with your day." Put yourself in the role of the customer. Which response would make you feel heard and valued? Practicing empathy with customers ensures a positive experience. When a customer feels it, they are more likely to return. Finding common ground makes customers feel valued because it shows that you are trying to have a genuine connection with them. It is one of the quickest and most effective ways to establish positive relationships, which leads to trust. There are 3 ways that you can find common ground with a customer. Make your customer feel valued, listen and observe, be as honest as you can in any given situation. When a customer service representative successfully establishes common ground by identifying things that they and the customer can agree upon or have in common, it creates a more meaningful experience. You've heard the phrase, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. It's a great customer service piece of advice. Using positive language allows you to tell customers what you can do for them versus what you can't. It shows the customer that you are trying to see every transaction from their perspective. It also means removing negative words and phrases and providing possible solutions, which, in the end, is what customers care about the most. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. They may forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Let's go over some of the ways in which you can respond in a more positive way to a customer's complaint or request. Instead of saying, "Nope, we are out of stock and it won't be back for 4 weeks," you could try, "That item isn't currently in stock, but I'm able to pre-order it for you so it will be with you within 4 weeks. Would you like for me to do that?" All of the attention is focused on solving the problem, even though the product won't arrive any faster. How about instead of, "We don't give refunds," you could say, "While I can't offer you a refund, what I can do for you is," or a phrase like, "I can't help. Joe handles all of that and he's not here right now." That's not helpful, but something like, "Good question. Let me find that out and get back to you," is very helpful and polite. "We don't carry that item" isn't helpful. "Other customers have tried this and it seemed to work. Would you like more information to see if this might work for you?" is so much better. Have you ever called a business and the person on the other end was rude, disinterested, and not listening? How did that make you feel? Providing customer service in person is not the same as providing customer service over the phone. The things that you take for granted, facial expressions, body language, and hand gestures, go out the window during a phone conversation, which makes it that much more important to have great phone etiquette. When answering the phone, it is important to have a great tone and pacing so that you don't come off as rude and rushed. This also means sounding friendly and using pleasantries. Try smiling when you answer the phone. People can hear a smile even though they can't see you. Keep your attention focused on the caller. If you are providing over-the-phone customer service, make sure you have a way to take notes or messages so the customer doesn't have to wait for you to find a pad and pen. When doing phone work, be sure to let the customer know, step by step, what you are doing to assist them. If you have to put them on hold, let them know ahead of time, then ask for their permission and wait for an answer. If it's all right with them, give them an estimate of how long they'll be holding. Check in with them periodically so that they know that you're working on their behalf and that you're trying to keep hold times as brief as possible. When you transfer calls, stay on the line and introduce the customer. "I'm transferring you to Sarah Brown. Mr. Smith, this is Sarah Brown. She will be assisting you. I'm available to help if needed. Thank you both and have a great day." It's far better than just saying, "Hold on." Going the extra mile is when you exceed expectations. People who make a practice of going the extra mile are appreciated and often rewarded. If you can grasp what the customer wants and how to get that along with what they need, you'll have satisfied customers. If you can figure a way to make them happy in the process, you're going the extra mile. Making customers happy doesn't have to involve a grand gesture. If you know your company is having a special coming up, letting the customer know ahead of time is like sharing a secret piece of good news. Once you've resolved a customer issue, give them 2 coupons for an upcoming sale. Or if you're in a restaurant, ask your manager if they can have a free dessert. It's not hard to go the extra mile, and doing it will make you stand out in a good way. Remember the first video at the beginning of the presentation? I'm sure that you were able to see all of the wrong interactions with customers. Let's take a look at the video on this slide. By now, you should be able to point out and identify all of the right things to do when interacting with customers.
Service begins with customer. Customers are what it's all about. And who are your customers? They're people, just like you. So greet them, be friendly, be open, be yourself.
Welcome to Heritage Car Rental. How are you today?
Great. Nice day to be on the road.
Oh man, lots of people traveling.
Listen, I forgot to reserve ahead, so I need a full-size car for 3 days.
Okay, no problem. We've got one for you.
Good, great, thanks.
Good morning. How did everything go?
Great, thank you.
Excellent.
Whenever you interact with customers, greet them in a friendly way.
Welcome back. Have a good trip.
I did, thanks.
Let me help you.
Thank you so much.
A phone number in case you have any problems. And there are your keys.
All right, let me get you to sign right here.
Each customer is unique. If there's time, try to connect in some meaningful way.
To make sure that you've done all that you can do to satisfy the customer, remember the 7 components of customer service: active listening, positive language, knowing the products and understanding the services you represent, making connections with your customers by exercising emotional intelligence and empathy to find common ground, using telephone etiquette, and going the extra mile. It's a lot to remember, but with practice, you'll be a customer service pro. If you have questions or would like more information, please don't hesitate to contact your career and college transitions team.